Almost.
Almost.
Hello, friends, and welcome to episode 6 of the Weird Turn Pro. I'm Mo Strummel down in Nashville, Tennessee.
And I'm Jason Winfield in Lamont, PA.
And our guest today, and this is exciting because he's coming to us from halfway around the world. This is Michael Saleta from Australia. How are you, Michael?
Great this morning. Thank you for having me.
You were up early this morning. It is 5 o'clock where I am. It is 6 o'clock where Jason is. What time is it where you are?
We've got 8 a.m. Friday morning.
So we've traveled into the future too. So that's
Yeah.
even better.
It's Friday morning somewhere.
Yes. Definitely.
Just real quickly, Michael and I met in Nashville when he was visiting last year, right? It was last.
Yeah,
I believe
over-
it was
over
the
summer.
summer.
Yeah.
So I don't want to go. We'll talk some more about all that good stuff, but why don't we get right into a song so you can take us off with a something that you wrote. Here we go.
Yeah, fantastic. Thank you. So this first song I'm going to kick things off with is a song I wrote with a guy who lives in Nashville, who's aspiring an artist. His name's Andrew Mack, and we finished this song I think this year. This is called Ain't Enough. 63 days since you called left my drive for the last time. Not that I'm counting, but you think by now I'd be alright. I think of you in a C99 blue Jeep. Your favorite song fills my mind when I try to sleep. Can't find the fix for getting over you. Ain't enough whiskey in Tennessee to drown out your memory. Ain't enough friends I can call in the night to see me through till morning light. Ain't enough back roads to clear my head, leaving me with those words you said. Riding round in circles in a cloud of dust, and it still ain't enough. Found another coffee shop to stop by on the way to work. It takes a little longer, but I found a new way to get to church. I think of you when someone on his pad thai. My favorite brownstone brings me down every time I drive by. Can't find a fix for getting over you. Ain't enough whiskey in Tennessee to drown out your memory. Ain't enough friends I can call in the night to see me through till morning light. Ain't enough back roads to clear my head, leaving me with those words you said. Riding round in circles in a cloud of dust, and it still ain't enough. Yeah, whatever it takes to get you out of my head, making up new routines to forget plans we made. Ain't enough whiskey in Tennessee to drown out your memory. Ain't enough friends I can call in the night to see me through till morning light. Ain't enough back roads to clear my head, leaving me with those words you said. Riding round in circles in a cloud of dust, when it still ain't enough. Yeah, it still ain't enough. Yeah, it still ain't enough. Well, it still ain't enough.
Nice.
All right. So
Thank you.
you You wrote that here?
No, we wrote it post Nashville trip, but I met Andrew at Song Camp, NSAI Song Camp, and we've written, I think, a few songs now together. But that was written, I think, at the start of this year.
So you wrote this online?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay. So and Andrew's in Nashville.
yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Great
So
song.
talk a little bit about that experience because you are doing a lot of these, right? Like online co-writes.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, and it's probably since COVID's gone worldwide. I've probably upped the ante a little bit more and writing certainly a lot more because I'm not working at the moment, so it means I might as well just put my head down, bum up kind of thing, and write as much as I can. And while my co-writers are probably not all working either, make the most of it. Um, And when Andrew and I got together and started writing this, he just had the idea of, ain't enough. There ain't enough things to kind of help me get over you. So that was the idea, and that's how we wrote that song. And he's awesome to write with because he has a really great country voice. Like, um, you know, it's just got that tone. Yeah, just when we're writing and he starts, singing the parts, it's like, man, I just, I've given up now.
Exactly.
He's got that correct twang, the '90s country sound. It's just, yeah, I love his voice and he's great to write with.
Yeah,
Excellent.
it's daunting sometimes to go out and listen to people because I'm no, you know, singer, and but you go out and you listen to folks sometimes, and you, in fact, I remember I played one time at a round, and I was like, boy, I wish the guy next to me knew my song because maybe he could sing it while I was playing. Because I was like, that would be so good because he's. But I know what you're saying. But it's good that you're meeting those people, right? And that you made some connections while you were here.
Yeah, absolutely. Lots and lots of connections. I mean, being at Song Camp, that really kind of kickstarted everything. Meeting all the people that I've met, and most of those people that I met there, I've continued writing with,
That's great.
online. We were doing it when I got back in October. Some of the songs I'm going to play today are co-writers I've been writing with since I got back from
Wow.
Nashville in October.
Wow.
And yeah, we're just probably doing it more now since everybody's kind of jumped on that bandwagon.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
you were
awesome.
ahead of the
though.
curve though because of your distance. You were already ahead of the curve. You
yeah.
already had it
It was
figured out.
kind of my only option to stay connected with Nashville and country music and writing and co-writing especially, because ideas that you come up with, you could take it one way, but I love the fact that when you're writing with other people, all these different ideas, and just like, okay, let's just go with how the song's going to go.
That's awesome.
That is
I
excellent.
guess the preconceived idea you might have of a song, you can't walk in thinking, okay, the song has to be like this. You kind of have to let all that go and go, I've got another person here, or another 2 or 3 people that can take the song far further than what I could have on my own.
That's a good point. I mean, we're theater guys, so we understand that collaborative kind of sensibility. Yeah. Why don't you give us another one?
All right, cool. I'm just going to swap guitars because I've got
Okay.
different tunings and all that kind of stuff going on. And it's just a whole lot easier instead of tuning up
Absolutely.
guitars than yeah. All right, so this is one I wrote with someone that Mo, you've met before, Julie Reiner. She lives in Franklin, and Billy McDowell. I didn't actually meet them officially at Song Camp, but we met afterwards. So, and we've written we discovered yesterday, I think we're up to our 10th song that we've written together
Wow.
since the Nashville trips, which is
Since
cool.
October.
Well, we wrote one song called "Party on a Tractor" together when I was in Nashville, which is just like about the parties on the tractors that go around Nashville.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and we've just been having a lot of fun. And this next song I'm going to do was just sort of something we sat down, we talked about, doing something with a bit more meat
and a bit more of a story to it. That wasn't necessarily geared towards trying to have a commercial song. It was just like, let's just try and write a really great song that's going to connect with some people. And I threw a title at them. I said, look, I've got this title that you might be interested in, Grandma's Kitchen. And they're like, that sounds really interesting. And, I kind of didn't know where it was going to go, but this is the direction it went. And I'm sure you're going to enjoy it. So far, we've got some really great feedback on it. So
Awesome.
yeah, this is called Grandma's Kitchen. She's had those green countertops since '74. There's a faded blueberry stain on the cracked wooden floor. My number's on the fridge with a picture of me by the doctor and drugstore pharmacy. Don't know how long she can live here by herself anymore. She don't remember me now, and it's alright. She knows I love her somehow. Tonight her memories disappear, but I'm thinking about those years she taught cooking. We taught living in Grandma's kitchen. I stood right beside her, making my first chocolate cake, hanging on every word about her first date. Stories through time like grains of sand. We cleaned our plates and made us big plans. I wanted to learn all she could teach me before it's too late. She don't remember me now, and it's alright. She knows I love her somehow. Tonight her memories disappear, but I'm thinking about those years she taught cooking. We taught living in Grandma's kitchen. Deep blue eyes, warm and smiling, fragile to the bone. I reach out to hold her hand, at least she knows she's not alone. She don't remember me now. She knows I love her somehow. Memories disappear. She don't remember me now, and it's alright. She knows I love her somehow. Tonight her memories disappear, but I'm thinking about those years she taught cooking, and we talk living in Grandma's kitchen. In Grandma's kitchen. In Grandma's kitchen.
Nice.
Very good.
Nice. I was walking around in that kitchen. You
That's
took
cool.
me
Yeah,
there. There were some great images in what
Thank you.
you're doing. I mean,
Yeah, we really wanted to do that with that song.
that
Yeah, as
was
soon as you hear the title, I mean,
Just lost
I
my-
felt like as soon as you
my
said
plug
that
is
title,
unplugged.
I knew that.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't hear that.
But what I figured I figured the imagery was going to be very strong.
yeah.
As soon as I heard that title, so I think that's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah. Like for me, coming from a rock background, lyrics have never been, it was never really a big thing. And one thing I love about country music is the imagery and the storytelling. And I'm still not quite there as a lyricist, but doing songs like this, I think, and working with other people, co-writers, that kind of, I guess, fill that void that you're kind of missing at the moment. You know,
Right.
if you're not a strong lyricist and you find someone that's better than you at lyrics, then it kind of fills that void, and you work together and get the best song you can.
Yeah, it's learning how to say things without just saying them bluntly and straight up is kind of the art, right?
Yeah.
So the creating a creating the image or getting across the idea that you're trying to get across without just hitting people over the head with it is sort of a subtle. It's that's the art, right? So
Yeah.
songwriting, it's often spoken of as a craft, but that's the art part, right? So it has to be, because obviously there's mechanics to a song, but there's also that part, which
Yeah.
is not
Yeah.
not so much craft as it is art. So it's a kind of a double thing. It's kind of a double-edged thing, right?
Right.
Yeah.
That's it. I mean, it's you kind of capture it all in that, and you tie it up nicely. And I use that term a lot when I'm talking about songs. But when you have a song where you opened a door and we saw the green cabinets, you saw what was going on in the kitchen, you heard it,
Yeah.
and we all relate to having been in that room.
Yeah,
It
absolutely.
might not have been the same color, but there was some, the color might have been in the plaid wallpaper in that kitchen.
Yeah, it was funny. I realized after we started writing this, and we mentioned the green. My parents had, the green benches when I was growing up as a kid. It was like, that's interesting.
The
I think it was
avocado,
an 80s, 70s, 80s thing.
yeah, avocado green was very popular.
Well, let's go back there for a moment, Michael, if you will, with me to
Yeah,
your
cool.
hometown.
There we go. Yes.
So this is a segment that we like to call My Hometown, and we actually did put a merchandise site a page up on our site, and if you can answer 2 out of 3 questions about your hometown, out of 3, we will send
Once I
you
figure
a
out where
nice
the
piece
frame
of
is.
merchandise from that site. Yeah. So here's the thing. You come from a town called Langford, correct? Longford.
Long
I
port.
thought I did my homework, but it did. It says Longford on my paper. I just can't read.
Takes a while to get across that river.
Yes, it does.
So you
Very
so
far
you
away.
came from a town called Longford, and I looked it up, and the most recent population I could find is just under 1,500. Does that sound like your town?
Not when I was there. Definitely not. There was definitely a lot less people. I know it's been built up now. I think one of the last trips I took down that way to visit my dad and my sister, go for that drive, and it's like, wow, there's so many more houses here now. I would dare say it wouldn't have even cracked 500 when I was there
Wow.
in the 80s. When I
Wow.
turned 18, I was pretty much out of there. Moved to
Okay.
Melbourne.
It's in Victoria. Is that right?
Yeah,
Is that
Victoria's the
is that
state.
like a province or a state for us?
It's a state. So
Okay.
what you would kind of call a county is what we would call Gippsland. It's like
Okay.
a shire kind of thing. I think that's more of an English type thing. But,
Yep.
you've got Davidson County, obviously, in Tennessee, and the other
Yeah.
different counties.
Yeah. Okay.
Gippsland is kind of like a county. So Longford is it's a part of Gippsland.
Fantastic. Okay. So see, not only is this program musical, it's educational.
There
as
you
well.
go.
So people are learning about things. So we're going to ask you 3 questions. We're going to see how you do. Okay.
All right.
So the first question is, what 2 rivers come together in Longford?
McAllister and Latrobe. No, maybe I'm off with that.
Latrobe is correct.
McAllister.
They meet up. What's the other river?
Oh wow! Yeah, I know exactly where they meet up to. Yeah.
Well, we'll give you half credit for that.
get
Latrobe
a-
and Thompson are the 2
Thompson.
rivers.
Yeah. I think McAllister goes up near Stratford and Maffra and further up.
But
above.
Michael, Jason is real excited because
Yes.
the one river is called Latrobe, which means
Yes.
what to Jason?
It means that it's not terribly far from us here in PA. There's a little town called, not such a little town, but Latrobe, PA, where we have Rolling Rock beer and the Pittsburgh Steelers train.
Oh wow.
So that's exciting for us. Okay, so how's he doing so far, Jason?
Yeah,
We'll
we
give
got
it-
a
we'll
half
give
a
it to
credit.
him.
Half a
We'll give
credit.
it to him. With what mineral production has Longford long been associated?
Oil. Sorry,
Oil.
gas and oil.
Oh, that's not what
Yes,
I
and
read.
oil.
But okay, that might be newer.
So, yeah, because my dad worked at the
Oh, did he?
gas plant.
Okay.
Yeah,
oh,
so-
Esso. That's right. Esso was there. So we'll give
Yep.
him that. Ding, ding,
Yep,
ding.
yep.
We were
Yeah.
we were
Oil
looking for
refinery.
lime. Yeah, we were looking for
Oh.
lime, but I remember the Esso refinery was there, right? The
One.
Esso plant.
And a half.
Yeah, and my dad worked on the oil rigs offshore as well.
That's right.
Okay.
You are correct. Okay.
Alright.
So, what is the name of the resort cottages that are located next to the Sail Golf Course?
Oh wow. Jeez,
I
they-
should have
they
brought a
would
picture
not-
with me
They
here.
wouldn't have been there when I was
Really?
living there.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Because
we'll get.
yeah, the Sail golf course is actually in Longford.
Yeah.
And when I was living there, I used to play golf, and I would attach my buggy to my BMX, and I would ride my bike with the buggy behind me, and I'd ride to the golf course. It's definitely a new thing. And one of my sisters used to live out there in Longford, but she hasn't lived there for it'd be close to 10 years.
Well, then I'm going to give him credit for it just
Yep.
because I thought they were there when he was there, but they're called the Frog Gully Cottages.
Oh, I definitely haven't heard of them.
Okay. So we'll give him credit for that
Yep.
anyway.
I'll
So
have to
we'll get
ask
you
my
something.
dad- I'll have to ask my dad and my sister about that.
We're just gonna have to figure out how to ship it all the way down there. But I'll get you something from our store here so
Thank
we
you.
can.
Thank you.
All right, why don't you pick up the axe and give us another tune here?
All right, cool. Okay, so this next one, written by another person I met at Song Camp as well. This was written in Nashville during that trip. It was just an idea about kind of being a fallback guy, being the guy that the girl can always rely on, but you never kind of end up, being together kind of thing. And Marcus and I think we wrote it over a couple of sessions. Yeah, no, the second session we recorded a demo for it, so which you can hear the actual full demo on my SoundCloud.
Oh, nice.
So this was written by myself and Marcus Waddle. It's a bit more of a pop vibe than probably a country vibe. So this is called Fall Back.
So-
I've known you since first grade. Held your hand about 1,000 times while other kids played. We snuck off and kissed beneath the pines. Yeah, we were ordinary, living young lives so carefree. Just cry babies, getting pushed down, scraping our knees. Whenever you fall, you can fall back to me. When you need some reassuring, you can fall back to me. Whenever life treats you poorly, so just close your eyes and put your trust in me. You can fall without looking when you fall back to me. We meet at that same bar every time a boy has done you wrong. I know life got so hard, been that way since your mom is gone. Yeah, we were ordinary, living our lives, but it's getting heavy. Your eyes are teary, use my shoulder, come on, lean in. Whenever you fall, you can fall back to me. When you need some reassuring, you can fall back to me. Whenever life treats you poorly, so just close your eyes, put your trust in me. You can fall without looking when you fall back to me.
fall back to me. I've always been there for ya. You got me in your back pocket. I wanna be something more, yeah. Even if you're not about it, you can fall back to me. You can fall, you can fall. You can fall back to me when you need some reassuring. You can fall back to me whenever life treats you poorly. So just close your eyes and put your trust in me. You can fall without looking when you fall back to me. Fall back to me. You can fall back to me.
Very nice.
Cool, thank you.
Very
That's
nice.
a good song. I like that
Yeah.
song. Yeah, I like the dynamics in it too. There's the changes and everything are
Right.
good.
Yeah, thanks.
They're really good.
Yeah.
And in the demo, Marcus put some cool kind of arpeggio piano stuff as well, which sounds really interesting.
Oh, nice.
Excellent.
Excellent. So you have requested that in lieu of a tip jar that we send things to Sound Camp.
Support Act. No.
Support
Hold
act.
on a second. No,
Support-
Support Act is
Support
the
Act. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's just talk about that for a second, Michael. If you can tell us.
Yeah, it's just it's an organization to help musicians through tough times financially, mental health as well. So if you're having a hard time, you can make a call, talk to somebody, and obviously during these times of COVID-19, they're there. They've got money to support musicians that are out of work, so forth. You've got something in America that's a very similar thing to support musicians.
Music Cares. Yeah.
Music
Yeah,
cares.
so it's pretty much the same kind of thing. So if a musician's struggling, whether it be financially or being a musician, you have lots of ups and downs, as you guys know, and it's important to be able to have that opportunity to talk to someone if you need to. So Support Act was set up to do that. So if anyone feels like they would like to donate, please feel free to donate to Support Act.
Yeah, just so our viewers know, we usually, we do offer our artists that come on a chance to, put a tip jar up if they want, do things. Michael has chosen, in lieu of that, to ask people to donate to this. Instead, we've put a QR code up there so you can just scan it. So you don't. It's a pretty easy thing to remember to go into a website and look them up. But if you want to scan the code, it'll take you right there. And we really appreciate that, Michael. I think it's a.
Thank you.
I read their description is lovely on the site, and I think everybody should just go and read it. I think they'd be pretty impressed by the site. So, yeah. So. Yeah, why don't we? I think everybody's had a chance to look at that, so why don't we go ahead and take that down and
Right. And you've mentioned Sound Camp. Sorry, I got sent off in
Song
several
Camp,
different
Song
directions. Song Camp. Yes.
NSAI Song Camp.
Yes. Tell us about that, because not everybody knows what that is. I am not NSAI member. I know nothing about this. So
Bad you. That's okay. No, that's okay. NSAI, the National Songwriters Association, I found out about them a couple of years ago just through, just research, about doing, songwriting in Nashville, and that was something that come up. And my PRO, which is APRA, we have a PRO rep in Nashville, Mark Moffat, and he even recommended, joining NSAI as well when I reached out to him. And I joined NSAI, and one of the things I really wanted to do was to come to Nashville and go to Song Camp. It was like, really want to do that to experience, the education side of songwriting, to get better at my craft and to understand, the country way of songwriting. And going to Song Camp, it was like 100 people that were, put in a room, and we had professionals come and talk about songwriting, different aspects of songwriting.
whether it be co-writing, production side of things. It just, it covered everything. And we also got the opportunity to co-write during that experience. So we were put into groups. I think there ended up being about 16 different groups. So it was like 5 or 6 in your co-writing team. We ended up actually fortunately, the group I was with, we ended up coming up with a really cool product that we pitched a couple of times to publishers. They've taken it for further consideration. So who would have figured a song camp song would have turned out so cool? But yeah, just that whole experience and the people that I've met, that I've had ongoing friendships with since, and the people I've been writing with, I wouldn't be writing with those people if I hadn't met them at song camp,
Right.
and being
That's
part
awesome.
of NSAI. So yeah, it's not like we're going to pitch a tent kind of thing and go off camping. It's not that kind of thing. It's really structured, and NSAI provide food, lunch and breakfast and all that kind of stuff, and you get a chance to catch up with people in the morning and during breaks and that. And yeah, it was just an incredible experience. And then we'd hang
Awesome.
out after the day was done, and then we'd all go and hang out afterwards, and go to the bars and check out who was playing and all that kind of stuff. And it was just a really, I hit the ground on the Wednesday, flew in from Melbourne on the Wednesday, and then song camp started on the Thursday. So it was like, and that really set the tone for the rest of my trip. It was like, head down, bun up, and work really hard, and it was just an
Nice.
on-flow effect for the rest of the trip, kind of thing.
And so how long was the camp itself?
Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Okay.
Wow, that's good. Yeah,
Excellent.
that's pretty intensive, right?
Yeah, it was. It was full days. Like 8 in the morning till I think it was like 4 or 5. It seems so long ago
Outstanding.
now. It was only last July.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. Time flies.
yeah, they were pretty big days,
Right.
and it was pretty exhausting. But the one thing that I loved about when I was in Nashville, every morning I woke up, I'm like, what's going to happen today? This is incredible. I wasn't there to holiday. I was there to work. I was there to try and become a better songwriter, and learn as much as what I could about Nashville songwriting and co-writing.
Right.
And it was just really exciting waking up every day knowing that I was off to do something, write a
Yep.
new song.
Cool.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
remember.
that's cool.
I remember the first time we ever came down here. My goal was to play somewhere every night while we were here, and I managed to do it. But I remember it was a lot of work to actually make it happen too. It's not you can't sit still here and think everything's going to come to you.
Yeah,
You really have to get out and do the work, or it's just
absolutely.
not going to happen. People think songwriting is sitting in your room writing a song, and then you just send it out, and somebody says, "Okay, they're going to record." It's not how it works, right? I mean, you know that from where you've been,
Yeah,
but
totally.
you
Yeah.
have been on the chart in Australia, right?
Yeah, with a co-write with an Aussie country artist here. It's community radio, but it's still good radio. Because those community radios they're the radio stations that support independent
Sure.
artists. The big radio stations aren't really supporting independent artists, especially here in Australia, which is unfortunate. But it's still great to have a song being played on the radio. And those radio stations they're affiliated with radio stations overseas as well. So,
Right.
which is
Well,
really
that's
great.
great. No, that's a major
Congratulations.
accomplishment,
That's
believe
yeah.
me.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It was exciting.
This is a good time for us to throw up our how you get on the show slate, just real
cool.
quick. And so, if you want to be our guest on here, you're a singer songwriter or a songwriter, and you'd like to join us on an episode, just email us at weirdpros.com. That's our website, and just send links to your music and your phone number. If we like what we hear, we'll give you a call and set up a date. Just a reminder that if you come on the show, we do want everything performed live, so we don't do tracks or anything like that. We like to hear the raw songs, and we like to hear, the songwriter's version of the song is what we're looking at. So that's just a reminder to everybody. Be prepared to either have an accompaniment, somebody who you maybe live with at this point, so you're not bringing somebody into your house that you're not supposed to, or accompany yourself. So there we go. So let's get rid of that, Joan, and we'll. Before we go on, I do want to ask you. We were chatting earlier, and my wife is on the other side of my computer producing this show. She's here. She's backing us up.
Thank
She's
you.
yeah. So I just want, we had a discussion earlier with you, and I know your wife is watching the show right now, and I
Oh.
want to give you a chance to do a little
No
shout
doubt.
out there.
Yeah. Love to my wife. I get, in all honesty, we wouldn't be chatting if it wasn't for her support. You know, like from day one, when she realized I was, you know, wanting to be a songwriter. You know, the whole idea of Nashville has, you know, she's completely a gazillion% on board, and you know, she's every step of the way. She loves hearing the songs. She loves, you know, she loves seeing the improvement in my songwriting, and yeah, I wouldn't be able to do it without her. So massive shout out to my one and only Sarah.
So you wrote a special song though, right?
Yes. It was actually the first song I wrote her after we started dating, and it was called "Beautiful for You." And that song ended up being the "Walking Down the Aisle" song at our wedding in March. We got married this March just gone. So
That's
um,
fantastic.
that was a pretty special moment to see her looking incredibly gorgeous as she was walking down the aisle. And yeah, there's some photos of, you know, my eyes are just like, you know, I cried a lot. I cried a lot that day. Yeah, it was a lot of emotions going on with, you know, even that fact that, you know, I'd written that song, and she wanted to have that song as the song that she would walk down the aisle to, which,
Well, she
you know,
just put a comment on the Facebook page, but I'm
oh,
not going to
okay.
read it to you because I think I'm going to let you read it because I think you should. And yeah, it's personal. It's on the Facebook comment page. I don't think, but I think it's a lot more appropriate if you go ahead and read it. So shout out to her, and
Yeah,
thanks for
thank you.
supporting your songwriter. And we hope
Yeah.
that everybody everywhere is supporting songwriters. I do want to just clarify one thing for our people that are listening. You mentioned your pro, right? Which
Yeah.
your PRO, which some people might not know that that's your performing rights organization that you
Yeah,
belong
that's
to, which
correct.
is APRA slash something, right?
Slash
But APRA,
AMCOS, yeah, APRA
AMCOS,
AMCOS.
right? So for those who don't know, that's how writers essentially get paid for performances of their songs. So if somebody performs a song, the songwriter is supposed to get a royalty from that performance. There's weird formulas that you would have to go. Here in Nashville, the big ones are ASCAP, BMI, and CSAC. But if you're going to be a songwriter, you need to look into that. The royalties game is very huge and convoluted, and there's a lot to it. So you should understand it
absolutely.
before you get into the thing. But I'm glad you brought that up. So I think I'm going to have you do one more for right
Yeah.
now, and then
Yeah,
I
cool.
think after you're done, we'll talk a little bit more. I think I'm going to throw a song in there, but and to give you a little break. But are you up for one more before we take a little break for
Yeah,
you?
yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
let's
sweet.
do it.
Thank you.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Yep.
So this next one was written with another couple of people I met at Song Camp, Mike Miners, who lives in Chicago, and Kipper Linville, also known as Kipper Lee, the a cappella fella. He's from Charleston, South Carolina. We've written about 15 songs together now since Song Camp. So we meet pretty much every week now. We don't finish songs every session, but yeah, it's just a great time, right, with those two guys, and I think that's why we just keep going back. It's a lot of fun.
Fantastic.
We get to catch up. And this was an idea that Kipper brought to the table called Low Country Night, and because that's where he's from. He's from Low Country part of South Carolina, and we just love that hook, you know, because it's not really a common kind of thing. Low Country, okay, that's cool. So we went with that, and this is what we wrote. Low Country Night. Day is gone and all our work is done. Open a bottle of wine to toast this life I've won. Come out on the porch as our song begins to play. And I don't want this moment to simply pass away.
Sweetgrass swaying like a rocking chair, sea breeze blowing in your long brown hair, eyes that sparkle like the stars up high. I'll take you by the hand, then we start to move to the rhythm of a Lindsay Carolina groove. Nothing I can do will let feel so right. It's dancing with my baby on a low country night. Lead me down that old porch stair, across the beach in the warm salt air, to a secret place by that old pomelo tree, where it's just the moon, the sand, the stars, and you and me. Sweetgrass swaying like a rocking chair, sea breeze blowing in your long brown hair, eyes that sparkle like the stars up high. I take you by the hand, then we start to move to the rhythm of a lazy Carolina groove. Nothing I can do will ever feel so right. He's dancing with my baby on the low, the sound of crashing waves, the warmth of the old embrace, a memory of our first day. Yeah, it's sweetgrass swaying like a rocking chair, sea breeze blowing in your long brown hair, eyes that sparkle like stars up high. I take you by the hand, then we start to move to the rhythm of a lazy Carolina groove. Nothing I can do will ever feel so right. It's dancing with my baby on a low country night. Dancing with my baby on a low country night.
Nice.
Definitely conveying the mood there. Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. That's excellent. So while you were in Nashville, you performed at the Bluebird.
Yeah, just the open mic.
Just the open. How was that?
Nerve-wracking. The first time I was in Nashville was in January last year, and Sarah, my wife, well, she was my fiance at the time, was determined to get me to play there. You know how you've got to call up, and her favorite number is number 6, and she ended up being caller number 6, which meant that I was going on stage as number 6. So, yeah, it was just, she was like, you're going to be playing at the Bluebird. So that happened in January when we were in Nashville for 1 week. That was the first time. And then when I went back for over summer, Sarah came and visited me for 2 weeks, and she got me into the Bluebird again, funnily enough.
Hard.
So yeah, it was awesome. It was exciting. And one thing, like doing cover music over the years, you kind of, like playing at restaurants and stuff, people aren't really kind of noticing what you're doing, and you kind of lose the excitement of performing and the nervousness. It's just kind of, you get up, you play the cover songs, people clap for you every so often, whereas the Bluebird, it's like everyone's got binoculars on you kind of thing, watching you. And like, man, I haven't felt this kind of feeling since I was much younger. That whole thing of, it was, from that perspective, it was incredible. And to be on that stage, obviously, where so many incredible performers have gone before. Even though it was the open mic, it was still an incredible experience. And Sarah was there with me as well, both times, which made it even more special, just to kind of look out and see her supporting me, cheering me on.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I have a few experiences there. When you get to Nashville, we'll sit down and we'll rehash them with you there. But
Absolutely.
yeah, it's definitely, if you're a singer songwriter and you're coming through Nashville, it is definitely like a must do if you can. It's hard. It's not, there's, sometimes it's somewhere between 20 and 23 people get to play one song usually.
Yeah.
And and it's hard to get in that list. So it is hard. And in the days when I started, you didn't call in, you had to go down and wait in line. So if you weren't, if you got down there, you were around 20, 21, 22, you weren't sure whether you were actually going to get in the door or not. So it was a little bit different. So but I think it's better now with the phone in because it's a lot less stressful.
Yeah.
Not knowing what's going on. At least you know you're going to play. Yeah, but it's a
And
great,
even,
it's a great
even going as an
historical
audience
space.
member is great as well.
Yep.
Like
Yep.
I got to see Aussie songwriter Phil Barton do a show there as
Okay.
well, which was
Yeah.
really great. And it's just, you know, going into a room with so much history is one thing, but just to, the silence is just amazing. It's that's not normal here for us. Like open mics,
Right.
it's noisy and all
Yeah.
that kind of stuff, and we don't have that listening room kind of thing happening down under. So
Right.
it's definitely a new world for me. But I love it. It's incredible the fact that all
For
different
our
types
viewers.
of songwriters.
For our viewers who may not understand that, there's a movie out now called The Bluebird. It just came out recently. I don't know if it's on Netflix or Amazon or where, but you can watch it.
I've tried to get it on iTunes down here. We can't get it on any of those streaming platforms.
Yeah.
We have to actually physically buy it from the US.
Yeah, if you can find it, you should watch it. It's the history is all in there, and the amazing music is in there. So it's pretty crazy. Yeah. So if
Yeah,
you get a
it's
chance.
pretty special place.
Yeah.
That's cool.
We're gonna give you give you your little break here. I'm gonna play a song for everybody
Yeah, cool.
while
Thank
you're
you.
taking your break, but we'll give you a chance to take a little break. So I'm gonna play a song that really is about about being old, actually, because that's what I am. So I turned 62 this month, right? 62.
Yep.
62.
Yep.
So this is a song kind of about that, and it's called Lincoln Log Guy. I drive a 68 pickup truck, suits me just fine. And I still wear this old wristwatch, hell, it keeps good time. I don't care much for zombie flicks, at least they're black and white. And I think Merle Haggard's out of sight. People say I should change my ways, try to embrace these modern days. But if I did, then I might lose the ones I care about. Yeah, I'm still with the one I love. She's an old-fashioned girl, and I'm a Lincoln Log guy in the Lego world. I know I should do my best to update my style. But every change I try to make is hard to reconcile. You can say old-fashioned, I'll just say well-aged. And I think Johnny Cash is still the rage. People say I should change my ways, try to embrace these modern days. But if I did, then I might lose the ones I care about. Yeah, I'm still with the one I love. She's an old-fashioned girl. Jason just held up a picture. People say I should change my ways, try to embrace these modern days. But if I did, then I might lose the ones I care about. I'm still with the one I love. She's an old-fashioned girl. I think I'm a Lincoln Log guy in a Lego world. Thank Thanks, Jason. Oh, I can't believe you held that up.
I didn't know you could see me on your computer.
Yeah.
This
Jason's
is
throwing
from-
me for a loop there.
This is from Mo's birthday party a couple of years ago.
Oh wow.
So yeah, this is when he played with Lincoln Logs.
Oh my God! So we're gonna get into a couple more of Michael's songs here. Once again, we're with Michael Saleta from Australia, who is on his way to Nashville sometime in the future,
Yes.
and who is doing long distance co-writes with folks here in Nashville and all over the place, actually South Carolina as well. Kipper Lee, I do follow Kipper Lee on social, and I've been catching some of his stuff. But next week we do have another guest. We have Stephen Trito will be here with us. I believe he's from up your way, right, Jason?
Yep. He's
up north there.
Yes,
Yep.
he's a central PA artist.
Okay, so he'll be visiting us next week. Let's go ahead and lose that. And let's get back into your music, sir. You and I met at the True Music Room
Yeah.
downtown for, it was sort of a songwriter contest, but it was more about, I felt like it was more about just playing for people there. And I thought it was a good venue. I liked the venue. How did you feel about
That
that?
was a great venue. I really loved it.
Yeah, yeah. So let's do another song. Let's see what else you got for us.
Yeah, cool. Thank you. This is pretty recently finished. This was written with Andrew Mack, Mike Miners, and Kipper Lee. So this is a four-way write. The four of us get together every couple of weeks, and this was just something that we ended up talking about. Andrew, myself, and Kipper have all lost our mums. They've all passed away, and it ended up being a song that we wrote a few weeks back that touched all of our hearts, and obviously the people that we've shared with so far have sort of connected with it as well. So I figured I'd do something, another deeper kind of song. So this is called "You Ain't Gone." There's still a part of your coffee, boots by the back door, the chair in the place where you sat before, pictures on the nightstand where I fold my hands to pray, giving thanks for the memories we still got to make. You ain't gone, but you're not here with me. Sometimes we still talk after I fall asleep. You ain't gone, left me here to carry on, but you never stay away for very long. Yeah, you ain't here. You ain't gone. I thought I lost the laughter. It took me quite a while to remember you always knew how to make me smile. Sometimes I still feel haunted by the things left unsaid. When I'm looking for the answer, a voice rings in my head. You ain't gone, you're not here with me. Sometimes we still talk after I fall asleep. You ain't gone, you left me here to carry on, and you never stay away for very long. Yeah, you ain't here. You ain't gone. Good Lord willing, see your face again when he calls my number and you got me in.
You ain't gone. You're not here with me. Sometimes we still talk after I fall asleep. You ain't gone. You left me here to carry on, but you never stay away for very long. Oh, you never stay away for very long. You ain't here, but you ain't gone.
Nice.
You know, that has a very universal appeal. I mean, everybody everybody has experienced that, so you
Yeah,
can't go through life without. So it's a very universal
and it
universal
was just
topic.
definitely that feeling of, even though they're gone. I mean, we all talked about it. We felt that, our mums were still here with us. Through every decision we make, it's kind of that voice in your head. Um, so yeah, it was definitely a universal idea that we thought would connect with a lot of people.
Yeah.
I definitely hear it. Yep.
And that's pretty fresh. It's only I think 3 weeks old, 2 weeks old.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good work. Good work
Thank you.
to all four of you. And we have Sandy watching us live on Facebook. So you can tell us about the release with Sandy and
Yeah. Sandy is actually from Detroit, originally from Detroit.
oh, okay.
Like in the era of Detroit, she's been living in Australia, I think, 15 years, maybe a bit longer than that. Don't quote me on that. And I met her because I used to work for her doing children's music, like a children's entertainer. She used to own a business, and that's how we met. We started doing a covers duo thing. And just only really recently she's decided to start doing original music. And we got together. Her upcoming single, which I'm not sure whether it's coming out in June or July, yeah, we wrote together. There's actually been more than just that one song. I think we're up to 4 or 5 now.
Nice.
Potentially she will be releasing as well. So yeah, I'm not exactly sure on the date. Maybe she can put that in the comments. But definitely go and check her out. She has a current single as well. So Sandy Facey, check her out on Instagram, Spotify, and look out for that next up and coming single.
Awesome. Well,
Oh, she clarified Marysville, Michigan, I think is where she's
Maryville.
from.
Okay.
Maryville. So near
I lived in Michigan
like
for a year.
And you have another one coming out possibly with Austin Daniel. Is that true?
Yeah. He's recorded the track. And when I chatted to him, he's not exactly sure on the release date yet. I think he was kind of holding off, waiting for the coronavirus thing to kind of subside before he was going to release an EP/album. So I think maybe he's doing some more songs, and he may end up doing a full length album instead. So definitely check him out. He's a young, I think he's 18 or 19. So a young artist that I met at the Commodore Grill.
Oh, right. Okay.
He had done a round, and I'd done a round, and he asked to write, and yeah, there you go.
That's excellent.
That's one of the great things about Nashville is, going to writers' rounds, you meet people, and you never know who you're going to meet and write a song with, and where it's going to go.
That's how it happens.
Yeah.
We should have brought that up when we played My Hometown, because that's the name of the song, right? This one's for
Yeah, this
that
is
right?
from my hometown. Yeah.
This is for my hometown. I should have. Obviously, I didn't do my homework as well as I thought I did. Maybe we should have worked that in there. But all right, well let's get another one in here. We're coming up on the hour, but let's get another one in because it's not every day we get to go halfway around the world and hear Michael Saleta play some songs for us from Australia. Once
From
again,
tomorrow
if you're just
morning.
tuning in, he's from tomorrow
Yes,
morning.
right.
This is true.
The DeLorean.
Yeah, exactly. So what else you got for us here?
So this one was written in Nashville with a guy I actually met at NSAI at one of the workshops. They have every Thursday night, and I'd seen him just around, and I just went up and said, "Hey, man, do you want to get together and write a song?" And And yeah, we got together a couple of times. The first time we got together, the song went one way, and then the next time it ended up becoming what it became. Melodically, everything kind of kept the same thing, but we just kind of got a bit more nitty gritty with the storyline. And this is probably one of the, I would say, it's hard to say, what your favorites are, but I just really enjoyed writing this song with him. And I remember when I first showed it to Sarah, she actually cried.
Wow.
So that she wasn't expecting the story to go where it went. And it just, for some reason, it really connected with her. And not to say that it's, everybody's going to cry in the song. But it's, it's kind of, it has a little bit of a twist to it, but it's kind of a happy twist, if that makes sense. And I really enjoy playing this song, because when I've been doing it a few times here in Melbourne, people sing along to the chorus, because the chorus kicks off with, "So can I get a hell yeah?" And everyone goes, "Hell yeah!" So feel free to do that as I sing the chorus. It's a little bit of a sing along thing. So this is called "Drink to Remember," because obviously most people drink to forget, but this is called "Drink to Remember," and it was written with Aaron Lechlak, and he lives in Nashville as well. Haven't seen you since God knows when, man, feels like 1,000 years. Time flies like ash from the bonfires we had when we were kids. I still got your number in my phone. Yeah, think about calling every time I'm coming home, but I don't. So can I get a hell yeah?
Hell yeah!
That we had, man, we turn it up on the weekend. Every time the Georgia Bulldogs gotta win, I save the seat for ya with your name on the back of a bar stool, so nobody will ever forget ya. Every 3rd of December, I still drink to remember. Drink to remember. Oh man, I miss you and a lot has changed, but some things never do. I got married and we had a little boy, we named him after you. You bet I wouldn't get that Taylor Swift tag, and man, you still owe me $20 for that. Oh yeah, so can I get a hell yeah?
Hell yeah!
The time that we had, man, we turn it up on the weekend. Every time the Georgia Bulldogs gotta win, we save the seat for ya with your name on the back of a bar stool, so nobody will ever forget ya. Every 3rd of December, I still drink to remember. And every last call's like a picture on a postcard wishing you were still here. So I put my money down for another round, and I'll see you when I get there. So can I get a hell yeah?
Hell yeah!
Hell yeah!
The times that we had, man, we turn it up on the weekend. Every time the Georgia Bulldogs gotta win, save the seat for ya with your name on the back of a bar stool, so nobody will ever forget ya. Every 3rd of December, still drink to remember. I still drink to remember. I still drink to remember. I still drink to remember. Thanks for the backing, brother.
How was the delay on that? Was that all right?
Yeah, you're a little bit behind the beat, but
Yeah.
that's okay.
I thought we would be.
I've kind of been told that's what I do anyway, so it's all good.
he is a little bit off the beat. He's a little bit behind the beat. Yeah. So,
But obviously, you've got the idea of,
Yeah.
it's definitely that sing along
now,
kind of thing.
let me ask you: did you play that at the True Room that night?
No, I don't think that was. Yeah, it definitely wasn't written by then.
So, but here's the weird part. You ready? I may have heard Aaron play it around town since then because I've heard that song.
Oh
So,
wow!
so he may have played it somewhere at some point.
I'm not sure. I know he does do the occasional round.
Yeah. So I may have heard that song. So that was exciting because I'm like, oh, wait a minute. I know this
Well, that's
song. so that's good. We're gonna do a real quick round of what are you drinking before we go
All right.
here. So I got my Tennessee Brew Works again. Still backing them. They're local here. They let me play at their brew pub. So I have to. Well, I don't have to, but I feel obligated to back them because they're great folks. And this is my State Park Blonde, the official beer of Tennessee State Parks.
I'm drinking Otto's Red Mo this week
Yeah.
because Mo.
And Michael, we know it's like 8 a.m. there or 8:30
Oh, now
or whatever.
9 a.m.
Yeah,
9
so
a.m.
we don't expect you to have that Foster's in your hand or anything like that. Is that really an Australian beer?
Even when I used to, I don't drink anymore.
Right.
But even when I used to, I wouldn't touch Foster's.
Okay.
I wouldn't touch it with a massive pole. It was just it was.
That's
not
good to
very
know.
great.
That's good for our audience to know. So
It's
that's good.
that I'm not sure how that ended up becoming the Australian beer of choice overseas, but we definitely have much better beer over here than what Foster's represents. No offense.
I
to Foster's.
actually have had Australian beers that are way better, and I agree with you. I think that's a good point. Did you have fun today?
I had a fantastic time. I wish I could hang out with you guys more.
Well, you will if you get here. Trust me, you will.
least- at
because
least
you
that
and
one.
I will have a sit down for sure. Yeah. So
Yeah, we definitely will.
yeah, definitely. We really appreciate that you did this. That you got up at you got up at 5:30 to be with us
Yeah.
today, and we really do appreciate that. I hope you get a nap this afternoon. But say thank you to your wife for letting you do this, and for being the woman behind the man, because we know that the man doesn't really happen unless there's a woman back.
None of us would be where we are right now without it.
So
Yeah, absolutely.
so do and do say thank you. And I hope that I do hope you get here, and I do hope that I know that things are crazy right now, but we
Yeah.
do hope that you get here,
Thank you.
and I hope that I hear great things about you coming up, and do keep in touch and let us
Yeah,
know
absolutely.
what's happening, because I think you're on a trajectory right now that's really great.
Thank you.
And I
appreciate that.
really think you've got a lot of potential. So
Yeah, good work.
Good
Good work.
Thank you so
Can I
much
just
for hanging
quickly
with us.
Also, give a shout out to all my co-writers, not only the ones I wrote these songs with, but all the other people that I've got to hang out with. There's a lot of them.
Yes.
And co-writing has, it's helped me a lot as a songwriter, and this trajectory wouldn't be happening without those people as well. So
Well, we really appreciate it, and I know that people that were listening probably learned a lot about that whole process also, and that's one of the reasons we do this, because we do
Dope.
most
see how
frozen.
things happen.
Yeah, Mo froze. But no.
Road froze.
So
Mo froze.
So that's about it for us today. So I just want to remind everyone that of what Hunter S. Thompson said, because we're in weird times, and Hunter S. Thompson said, "When the going gets weird."
The weird turn pro.
Thank you, folks. Thanks, Michael.
Thank you so much.
Thank
you so
Michael.
much.
We'll see you guys
Awesome.
next
Great
week.
to meet
Yep.
you. Have a great week.
Thank you. Cheers, boys. Thank you.
Cheers.